Hey guys, almost no one expected the drop of the first cryptocurrency, and many already forgot that Bitcoin can fall so quickly. But it did happen. There are rivers of blood in the market, and this may not be the end of the collapse. So now let's analyze the 3 reasons why Bitcoin is dropping and show where the bottom of this fall may be and when it'll be over. The number 1 reason is the US stock market. The Nasdaq index was down another 4% the day before yesterday, we're down 12% in the last week, and from the previous peak it's already down 30%, which is a total bear market. A new round of collapse the day before yesterday was connected with the release of the US inflation data. It was 8.3% for April, which is lower than the previous month, and 8.5% in February. Inflation has formally slowed, but markets have reacted by dropping. So why is this happening? The first point, according to forecasts, was that inflation was supposed to be 8.1%. The result is higher than expected, which was based on economic data, and this is a signal that some factors were not taken into account. In practice, they are worse than estimated at the moment. The second point is that the current inflation in the US is still at an all-time high in the last 40 years, and there is almost no trust in the Fed based on the past 2 years. No one believes in the talk that the problems will go away by themselves, but everyone understands that in the current environment, given the processes taking place in the world, it'll only get worse. The Fed will tighten its monetary policy by raising the rate and selling assets from the balance sheet. Liquidity will leave the market, and corporate profits will start to drop. The general backdrop for US stocks is still negative, and Bitcoin follows suit. Why is it doing this? The answer is very simple. In the cryptocurrency market now, there are not only convinced holders who know and understand the essence of cryptocurrencies. There are many among you and me for which Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are a speculation on the principle of buying at the bottom and selling at the peak. This is the approach used in risky assets. Stocks are also risky assets, where many are speculating and therefore they often trade in the same direction, especially during declines. The best examples of that would be the collapses in 2018 and spring of 2020. And now we have a third round, and at the end of the video we'll try to figure out when it'll end, but in the meantime we'll break down other 2 reasons. The Altcoins season index is at 16 points. Bitcoin is literally destroying them, taking all the money out of the market. In the last 7 days, Altcoins capitalization has lost $447 billion, and it was now in a slump of 65% from its peak last fall. What's happening with altcoins is another reason we're getting a headache from the cryptocurrency market. If you study Bitcoin's dominance over the last 3 months, it was literally at the same level until yesterday, and then it went up 3%. This shows that altcoin holders were holding out until the last moment. They didn't sell their coins because they believed in the market reversal, and that historically, altcoins give times more profit than Bitcoin. I make these assertions because I personally went through a bear market in 2018, and I understand what's driving people right now. By the way, subscribe to our channel. Here we'll be doing the main thing in the current market, namely evaluating which altcoins to hold or buy for further growth. I'll share my experience and opinion with you. And now moving on to the third reason for the market decline. Tether, the top 1 cryptocurrency in terms of capitalization, contributed to the panic and the current collapse. It then lost its peg to the dollar, momentarily dropping to 92 cents. While making the video, USDT was still able to get back on track. You can see on this chart that everything happened in high volumes. Namely, the rate swing happened because of the excitement in the market. People wanted to get out of USDT, and the buyers took advantage of that, because if they're willing to sell, then why should I as a buyer pay $1 for 1 USDT? If I can give you just 98 cents or 95 or 92, it all depends on how many sellers there are more than buyers. So why does even this volatility in USDT seem scary? Well, firstly, capitalization of more than $80 billion. If such a huge capitalization collapses, the whole cryptocurrency market will be hurt. Secondly, if you remember the history of cryptocurrencies, Tether always had a dubious reputation, and they were repeatedly accused of inflating a bubble and lack of collateral. That is, they print USDT out of thin air. They were never caught red-handed, but there are rumors raising further doubts. Also, the withdrawal from USDT can be explained by descriptions of blocked accounts due to sanctions. Furthermore, just yesterday, Terra's major stablecoin UST collapsed. It had quite different reasons for the fall, and Tether is not exposed to such risks, but people are still scared and want to keep their money in more reliable assets. So the Fed's actions, the surrender in altcoins, and the fear of Tether dropping were the drivers of the current collapse. When will it be over? I'll tell you right now. I hope you understand that this is an important topic and we need to stay in touch now. So click subscribe, turn on the bell, and we're moving on. Guys, catching falling knives, that is, buying the dip, is a dangerous venture. I guess everyone has heard such an expression like, buying a bottom, get a second bottom as a gift. If you violate the basic rules of financial literacy, you enter the cryptocurrency market on borrowed money and expect to pay off in a short time, you put yourself at very high risk. I can speak for myself. If I cannot guarantee 200% that I'll be able to survive the second, third, or fourth bottom, and who knows how many more there'll be, in that case I do not chase the maximum profit. What I do is I wait for enough evidence that the market has turned around and will only grow further. I may lose a part of the potential profit, but I will not get into a financial hole here and now, and I won't have to work off the debts later. Buy now or try to catch the bottom. The choice is yours. I don't give financial advice, but I'll share my observations of the market where this very bottom can be based on my knowledge of Bitcoin's market cycles. The current level of the bottom, which has always worked through Bitcoin history, is the 200 weekly MA, and it's at the level of $21,800. We can reach the bottom in two ways because Bitcoin has already lost enough. If the market doesn't get scared more, we have a chance for temporary recovery. It's worth keeping in mind two options. The first is the drop to 22K in the coming days. And the second one is stabilization of the crypto market and a gradual decrease in the area to $24,000 in 1 or 2 months. Another capitulation scenario with a fall to $16,000 contradicts the Bitcoin principle that the bottom of the next cycle doesn't go below the previous cycle's peak, which is now 20K. But in March 2020 we saw a brief decline to the 300 weekly MA amid the US stock market crash. For that scenario to happen, something big would have to occur, like a USDT crash or a massive Nasdaq smash. But such a scenario is also worth considering because the future is unknown, and predictions can be made based on previous events. Still, they can't guarantee it. We just have no other mechanism. I hope this video helps you understand what's going on and saves you some money. If so, you can thank me by giving this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, your Coin Post.